Welcome to A Leader's Journey, the podcast for leaders who deeply believe there is a better way to lead and desire to create their unique journey towards becoming a legacy leader. I'm your host, Shannon Hammond. Over the last 20 years as a corporate leader and leadership performance coach, I've learned that many leaders believe there is a predefined path they have to follow and struggle leaning into their unique gifts that will create lasting impact and fulfillment. They end up feeling stuck, unhappy, and unfulfilled in the day-to-day of their role, and are challenged with why, since they have experienced success in their career and in life. I'm here to help leaders think through their leadership journey, learn how to ask themselves better questions, and learn the formula to create their leadership journey by design. If you are ready to design your unique leadership journey, lead with confidence, and love the teams you lead, then you are in the right place. Let's do this. Hello, my friends and fellow leaders. I'm glad to have you back here with me this week on the podcast. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I'm happy that you are here. I know that your time is valuable, and I'm grateful that you have chosen to spend some of it here with me today. In episode 32, which was a couple episodes back, I shared with you what coaching really is and put to rest some myths and some negativity that exists around coaching. So in today's episode, I wanted to share with you why I believe that leaders need to be working with a coach. If you are not familiar with coaching, I want to encourage you to go back and listen to episode number 32, where I dive deeper into what it is. For today, though, we're just going to define coaching as a thought-provoking process of self-discovery and decision-making that leads to a better way of life and leadership. It helps you break through what's holding you back and empowers you to live life at your fullest potential, so you are focusing your time on what you really want to do. Now, as leaders, what we do not only impacts our lives and our leadership journey, it impacts the lives of the people that we lead and that we work with. Showing up at our best in our true self every day is critical. We also have a big vision for our future and the legacy that we want to leave behind, which also means that we have some pretty big goals that we want to work on. None of this can be done alone. Success as a leader cannot be achieved in a silo or sitting behind your computer working away by yourself. You need a team. And having a coach is putting a critical, necessary partner on your team that is going to help you achieve the success that you've defined for yourself. You also need to be around higher levels of mentors, coaches, and teachers to achieve that ultimate level of success. Finding and working with the right coach is a key part of that. The best coach is going to believe in you. And when you have someone that believes in you, it can unlock belief in yourself that can take you to the places that you've been dreaming about. It can help you level up that leadership that you are working towards. Hiring a coach for me has been one of the best decisions that I've made and has allowed me to take my leadership to a whole new level in ways that I had envisioned, but was really stuck in how I was going to get there. It has helped me see things that I didn't think were possible for me, and it inspires me to show up better and better every single day. I'm stepping into activities like launching this podcast that I've been talking about for years now, just never took action on because I got stuck in, how am I going to do this? Is it really going to work? Are people really going to listen? And a coach helped me work through all of those limiting beliefs that were all in my head and didn't really exist in the real world, if you will. I can more confidently speak about my talents, my skills, my passion for developing leaders, and I'm no longer being timid about sharing my passion behind that within my organization. And I'm taking the steps to connect with the right people to share my vision and how we can better develop our newer leaders and our emerging leaders. I'm also challenging my team in new ways that is allowing them to step up, to take on new challenges, to gain new experiences, and to be more confident in themselves. I've also spent more intentional, focused time in my development, and I'm seeing the benefits of doing things like consistently reading, working out, eating healthier, networking and coaching and leadership groups, not only within my organization, but outside of my organization. I'm more organized in my day-to-day work, even though that was something that I felt I was really good at, and a lot of people have come to me for advice and guidance on how do they keep themselves organized as a leader. And I felt like I had a really good handle on that and I was really organized. But working with a coach has helped me elevate that skill set. And take my organization to a different level to look at it differently and how I can be working more effectively and organizing myself in a way that allows me to be more effective in a hybrid environment that we are now in. And I'm establishing myself at that pinnacle level of leadership that I've always desired to be. And if you don't know what the pinnacle level of leadership is, I encourage you to pick up John Maxwell's book, The Five Levels of Leadership. And I might actually do a podcast episode on that here in the future just to give you a high overview of what that is. But there's that pinnacle level that a lot of leaders strive to. And I feel like I'm finally getting a foothold and establishing myself in that space. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, what can a leader do for me? So today, I'm just going to share 5 things because, again, I could go on and on all day and tell you all the fantastic things that a coach is going to help you as a leader do. So today, we're just going to cover, I wouldn't even call them my top 5, but I do think that they are 5 really big reasons. So, yeah, we're going to call it top 5. These are my top 5 reasons why I think you need to work with a coach and what a coach can do to help you as a leader. So let's dive in. First off, number 1, a coach is going to give you outside perspective. And as a leader, especially a newer leader, you need an outside perspective. You need somebody that is outside of your team, your direct leader, your department, and somebody that's outside of yourself, honestly. Um, I would even go as far as to say you might even be benefit from having a coach that works completely outside of your organization. You are always going to have your leader, your peer leaders be able to share their advice with you, to give you guidance, for you to bounce ideas off of. They should be coaching and challenging you on a day-to-day basis. And while that is great and it is absolutely something that you need for you to achieve the goals that you desire, you need somebody that is that layer that is completely outside of that. Because you already have all of the answers to the things that you want to work on, how you want to get there, the things that you need to achieve. And a coach is going to help you bring that outside or bring what you have inside of you outside so you can start seeing that for yourself. And getting that outside perspective helps you look at things a little bit differently and helps you see things in a way that allows you to show up as a better leader within your team. So you get that outside perspective from a coach. Most of that is going to come in the form of questions because a really great coach is going to ask you a lot of questions to help you talk through your thoughts, get them organized. And again, you have the answers within inside you, so they're going to help you uncover some of that. Some of it may come through advice or guidance, or they might share a story or an experience with you that's going to allow you to see things in a way that might not be happening in your current team, or to give you that perspective that you're just not going to see if you're constantly staying in this one little bubble, which is the team or the department that you work in. All right. Reason number two why I think you as an emerging leader needs a coach is they will be able to help you get that breakthrough. A coach can help you identify limiting beliefs, assumptions, interpretations, blocks that are coming up that are holding you back from achieving your goals and showing up in the way that you truly desire. And they can help you create a plan to break through what truly is holding you back. Working with a coach has given me many, many breakthroughs. They will ask a question that just triggers something in my brain that says, hold on a second. Maybe the way that I've been looking at this for days, weeks, months, maybe even years, I can look at it through a different way. I can look at it through a different lens. They will help you start organizing the thoughts in your head in a way that's going to allow you to overcome the things that have been holding you back. They will challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone, to take on things that you didn't think were possible or that maybe you're just afraid to do. And they will help you crack through where it is that you're at now to move up to the next level and continue to get those breakthroughs as you continue to grow. All right, reason number three why I think a leader needs to work with a coach. And this is a big one, and it's all you need accountability. When we share our goals, dreams, and desires with someone, we are more likely to achieve them. A coach can help you create goals that really work for you, that align with your values, that allow you to leverage your strengths and support you in creating the long-term habits that lead to success and abundance in life in your leadership journey. They are going to hold you accountable to the things that you committed to doing and check in with you. One of the things that I always do when I start my coaching sessions is start from where we left off last time. And I will ask the person that I'm coaching, last time we met, you committed to working on X. How did that go for you? Right? And most people, myself included, and I will tell you that the accountability of having to check in with my coach has helped me keep accountable to doing a lot of things. Because I know for me, and I will venture a guess to bet that you are the same way. You never want to go into that check-in and say, well, I know I said I was going to do A and B, and I didn't do either of them. That's not what high achievers do. They want to be able to come to that check-in and say, I accomplished both of these things, or I did A and I only got partway through B because something came up. Maybe I got sick and I was under the weather for 2 or 3 days and I didn't make that progress, right? But having somebody check in and give you that accountability is going to help hold you accountable for getting it done. One of the other things that I have found that accountability has given me, because I know when I meet with my coach, she's going to do exactly that. She's going to ask me and say, when we left our conversation, you were going to work on these 2 or 3 things. It's usually never more than 2 or 3 unless they're like really small things. But it's usually these 2 or 3 things. How did that go for you? And I know that I'm going to have to answer that question. And I know that I'm going to want to answer it honestly and truthfully. And so I will sit down before my coaching session, usually the day or two before, sometimes a couple days before, and I will take that time to reflect back on, okay, I know I'm going to check in on this. What's my progress? And if my progress is minimal or none, which doesn't happen too often, but it does, I will take that time to think back, okay, what came up for me? And this kind of ties into number two of that breakthrough, but I can see, oh, you know what? I maybe planned to do more than I realistically could because I didn't look ahead at my calendar and recognize that we had these two events going on over the weekend that was going to take away from my time, or something unexpected came up at work and that took a little bit more energy than I anticipated, which took away from some of the things that I was going to work on in my downtime or after hours, right? I can think back to, um, I can't remember the name of the hurricane, but there was a hurricane that hit Texas earlier this year, Hurricane Beryl. Um, that took out like half of our team because half of our team is in that area. And so everybody needed to be there to help support them. They Fortunately, every single one of them was safe. Nobody had very major damage, which was fantastic. However, in the heat of the summer, they were without power. So, they were having to find different places to go to get air conditioning. They were trying to find places to go to be able to charge their cell phones, and there wasn't, the first couple of days, not a lot of places to go because businesses and everything in the area was impacted. And we made sure as a team and as an organization that those of us that weren't in that area, we were taking on their work. We were going to cover for them. We were going to make them feel as comfortable as they possibly could be, that they needed to be present at home with their family. And so that week, I didn't achieve as many of the things that I had committed to because I needed to be there to help support my team members. I needed to be there to help support those that lived outside of that area because they were taking on a heavier lift. We all were in it together. And so while I didn't achieve all of the things that I had planned, I knew why. And I would be able to prepare then for the next week to say, okay, I know because these things happened, I needed this. I'm going to need this much time to recover. Let's kind of shift some things coming up in the next few weeks. And now these are the new things that I was going to get. And maybe I wouldn't have that depth of reflection if I didn't have that accountability of a coach, that somebody that I knew I was going to check in on and report on my progress. I even think back to health goals. When you have a workout partner, you probably get more of your workouts done, right? Or if you're working with a personal trainer at the gym, like they're going to ask you, "Where's your workout log? Let's do measurements. Let's step on the scale. Let's see the progress that you've been making." And you want to be able to show up for those results, not only for yourself, but for them, right? So accountability, I could go on about that. That's a big one for me, and one that I know I have benefited a lot from in working with a coach. All right. Reason number four that you as a leader need to be working with a coach. It helps you build greater self-confidence. A coach can help you in recognizing and believing in you, in your strengths and gifts that make you uniquely you. So you are leading from a place of self-confidence, and you know how amazing that you already are. A coach is going to help bring that out in you. They can help you start to see how what you may have thought was something that was a limit for you, or something that, well, maybe I know I'm good at it. They will help you elevate how you see that and help you build that confidence that you can get things done, that you know what the next step is and that you're going to take it. And, confidence really is just believing in your ability to get things done. And a coach is going to help you do that. They're going to help you be able to see how wonderful that you are and how the world needs what you are bringing to them, and how you can show up in a way that is going to exude that confidence and not cross it over into arrogance where you think you're better than everybody else. It's going to be in a really genuine way. And it will help you then show up as the leader that you desired to be and be able to show up more confidently with your team. And when you are confident, those around you feed off of that energy and they will start to feel more confident about themselves. All right. Reason number 5. And again, I do think all of these are important, but this reason why you need to be working with your coach is a real big one for leaders, and that's to help you manage your mindset. A coach can be there to help you identify the different levels of energy that show up throughout your day and in different experiences. They will support you in developing greater self-awareness, how to shift your negative thoughts or own them for a moment and move them to a way that is going to serve you. Not all negative thoughts are bad, they just are. And too often, I think we get into this place of, um, I don't want to, we get into this place where we think that everything has to be all sunshine and rainbows, and it's just not. It is not. And that is the reality. There are going to be difficult days. There are going to be difficult times. You are going to look at some situations and maybe it's a mistake that you made and you might be a little bit hard on yourself, and I do think that there is some value in looking at a mistake that you made and saying, geez, all right, I own it. I did it. Is it great? No, it's not. Here's how I'm going to move forward. Here are the lessons that I'm going to learn from this and how I am going to put these particular things in place to make sure I don't find myself in that place again. And so they can help you work through how it is that you're going to manage your mindset around the thoughts that are coming up. They can also help you in developing a practice of reflection, which is key for your mindset. Because when you can sit down and reflect on what happened in your day, what happened in your week, it will help you manage your thoughts around them, manage your feelings around them, put you in a place of that growth mindset where, again, if you look back at your week and you say, okay, well, I got 7 of the 10 things done that I needed to, I didn't get these 3 done. Here are some of the obstacles and challenges that came up, or maybe these last minute things came up and that really was where I needed to be spending my time. And these 3 things just weren't the priority, weren't really the priority for the week. Maybe they were on Monday, but something came up, and something came up, and now those 3 things weren't weren't part of that priority. And okay, now we're going to move them to the next week, and we'll make sure that they get done. But having that practice of reflection really does allow you to lean into that growth mindset. It allows you to not get caught up in thoughts that don't serve you and your goals and the things that you are ultimately looking for. If you're working on a practice of reflection now and you want to get a jump start on that, go back and listen to episode 20 where I talk about journaling and the benefits of it. Journaling is life-changing. It is life-changing. And when you get that practice of journaling and reflection put in place and you can take all of that back and collaborate with your coach on it, wow. The breakthroughs that you will get, the confidence that you will get, the progress that you will make. It is an amazing feeling, and what I just really think you have to experience on your own to really truly understand it. So those are the 5 reasons why I believe leaders need to work with a coach. And I think it's something that you need to work on as well. And you need to find a coach for you. So I am going to wrap up our episode here. I appreciate you tuning in this week and spending some of your time with me. I hope that you found this valuable and that you are strongly considering hiring a coach for yourself, or even talking to senior leadership within your organization about bringing coaches into your organization, whether that's a role that they create that works for the company. If it's bringing in outside coaches, there are different ways to do that. So I encourage you to have that conversation with your organization. That way you can really be that catalyst that helps develop leaders within your company. Seek it outside of your organization if you feel like that is the right fit for you. There are tons of wonderful coaches in the world that want to help you achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. I know I am one of them. So if you would like to work with me as your coach or have a deeper conversation about how a coach may be able to help you in your leadership journey and help you level up your leadership, click the link in the show notes and schedule your free leadership clarity session with me. And let's get that conversation started so you can be showing up as the leader that you are striving to be. You can start working on your goals and achieving the things that you want. And there's no better time to do that than now, as we are getting ready to head into the new year. If you can start getting some awareness and start working with a coach, you can really make 2025 one of the best years that you've ever had. All right. Until next time, my fellow leaders, lead with confidence and show up every day as the leader you are striving to be. Thanks for listening to A Leader's Journey podcast. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you're excited to learn more, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and tune in next week for another exciting leadership lesson. I'd love to help you level up your leadership, achieve the goals you desire, and design your unique leadership journey. So click the link in the show notes to schedule a free Level Up Your Leadership session. During this time, we will define where you are in several key areas of leadership, where you desire to be, and how you can level up your leadership. You don't need to do this alone, so let's chat today and get your journey started. Don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn or in the A Leader's Journey community on Facebook, and share this episode with another leader so we can all learn and grow together. That's all for this episode, and I'll see you next week. Until then, lead with confidence, show up every day as the leader you are striving to be, and make the decision today to level up your leadership this year.